Recently, I have been inundated with viewers asking what is the right laptop for an everyday user who's just browsing the web or using Microsoft Office. These are not users who are doing any content creation, any gaming, or any programming. No high-powered tasks at all. They just want something simple, good quality, that's affordable. It could be a gift for their grandparents, their parents, or even their spouse, or perhaps for themselves. Well, if that sounds like you, this video is for you. If you are looking for videos on high-powered laptops, I have done plenty of them, links below. My name is Josh and I buy and review a lot of laptops, and today the way we're going to do this video is I'm going to first go through and tell you what parts I would look for a laptop like this, and then I'm going to turn around and we're going to go shopping together and I'm going to show you what I would buy. Now the good news here is these laptops are going to be very affordable. There isn't going to be a single laptop that's going to eclipse $1,000, and most of the laptops are going to be a lot cheaper. The first thing that I would urge you to consider when buying a laptop in this price range is to buy from a manufacturer that has excellent support. You don't want to turn into the tech support person for your grandmother or your parents. That would be just awful. So I'd strongly recommend you buy from Microsoft, Dell, Apple, Lenovo, or HP. All of these companies have excellent support, most of them have worldwide support, and you can extend the warranties. The second thing that I wanted to mention when buying a laptop in this price range is oftentimes companies will try to sell you really cheap laptops from their current generation. So for instance, you might see a really good deal on a current generation $600 laptop. Well, I almost guarantee you these laptops are going to be garbage. One trick that manufacturers do is they often put really cheap panels in the displays. So they use TFT panels, not IPS panels. These panels look completely washed out. A friend of mine recently bought an HP laptop, thought she was getting a great deal with 16 gig of RAM, but the panel was just terrible and unusable. Another trick that they do, and Dell does this a lot with their Inspiron range, is they put really low brightness panels there as well. You don't want that. So here's the solution. What I would highly recommend you do is look for a new laptop from last year's range, because for your price, you'll be able to buy a more premium laptop. The other thing that I suggest you do is strongly consider buying an open box item, either from an outlet store like the Dell outlet or from Best Buy's open box section. Your money will just go so much further. Now, obviously, if you're gifting the laptop, buying an open box isn't going to go down too well. That mainly applies if you're buying the laptop for you. Let's get into parts. Firstly, RAM. 8 gig of RAM is going to be absolutely plenty for a user like this. The only time 8 gig of RAM is going to really get bogged down is if you've got lots of websites open with tons of images. So for example, you're comparing prices and different travel options on travel websites. But to be honest, how often is a user like this going to be doing a task like that? Now, 16 gig of RAM or buying a laptop that can be expanded to 16 gig of RAM in the future is really nice, especially if you plan to keep the laptop for say 3 to 5 years. It will really give you some more longevity on the laptop. That being said, I think you're going to be fine with 8 gig of RAM. For storage, I'd avoid the cheap laptops with 128 gig of storage. A lot of that storage will be chewed up by the operating system and programs. I'd be looking for around 256 gig. And on that note, avoid a mechanical hard drive, something that you see with like 2 terabyte or 1 terabyte or 4 terabyte. In this price range, those hard drives will really slow down the laptop. Aim for 256 gig. Onto the processor, and here you want to get something that's good, but it doesn't have to be amazing. Anything that says Intel 8th generation, 9th generation, or 10th generation that is a Core i5 or a Core i7 is going to be absolutely fine because they have 4 cores and 8 threads. Also, anything from AMD's 3000 series laptop processors also have 4 cores and 8 threads are going to be fine too. You want to avoid anything that only has 2 cores and 4 threads in today's day and age because it's just not going to give you a lot of longevity. Something like the MacBook Air, unfortunately, I'd avoid. Onto support, and as I said earlier, I want you to be buying this laptop from a reputable manufacturer, somewhere that you can buy an extended warranty coverage. That will just give you peace of mind, and it will remove the burden for having to be on support for the person you gifted it to. I'd also strongly advise you to consider buying accident protection. That's just an increased level of peace of mind too. So with that out of the way, I'm going to turn around and let's go shopping. So before we get started, I'm only going to suggest laptops that I have actually used and have had a really positive experience with. That brings me to the IdeaPad 730S. This is a very lightweight 13-inch laptop at only 2.4 pounds. The screen is IPS and it's a pretty good display. The laptop comes with 8GB of RAM, it's got a 256GB SSD, it does have a quad-core processor, and folks, this laptop only costs $494, plus there's a coupon up here to take an additional 10% off. I mean, this is an absolute steal. It's ridiculous. You can even upgrade to the 16GB of RAM model, and that's going to cost you $647. This is a really high-quality, cheap laptop. Now let's take a look at Dell, and I'm in their refurbished store right now. This is the one where people have returned the laptops and you can get them really cheap. So I filtered for the XPS 13, two models. I filtered for 8GB of RAM and 16GB of RAM. And what you'll see here is for just $797, around $800, you're buying a really high quality laptop. 4 cores, as said before, you've got 8GB of RAM, and the display here is really decent. This laptop is super portable. I've used one for ages. They're pretty good. Next, continuing on that refurbished trend, I'm going to take a look at the 15-inch Dell XPS. Just a little reminder here, the XPS range at Dell is their premium range. So for $700 here, actually let's ignore this one. Look at this one, 1 terabyte. It says solid state hard drive, but then it says 5400 RPM. So this is the slow hard drive. We want to ignore this. So here, for $800 here, you've got 256GB of that fast storage, 8GB of RAM. This is a really good screen that comes in this laptop, 500 nits of brightness. This is super bright, has everything you need, very high quality 15-inch laptop. Now, the one thing I want to let you know is even though these are outlet store laptops at really good prices, Dell still offers promotion codes for these outlet store laptops. So if I scroll down here, you're going to see the XPS here. There's an additional coupon that you can add on to those refurbished laptops. I mean, guys, this is super, super cheap. You're buying a premium laptop here, top of the range from Dell, and the Dell XPS 15, you can even upgrade later to put in more storage or more RAM. So we're going to move along here and take a look at Lenovo's X1 Carbon, the 7th generation. This laptop starts at $899. There might be some coupons out there like this one here, Winter 10, for an additional 10% off. Now, this is a 14-inch screen, which is pretty decent. It's very, very, very lightweight. And this model that I'm recommending here does come with 8GB of RAM. It's a really good screen, and it's got a 256GB SSD. So this looks like a great price. Moving along is the Samsung 9 Pro 15-inch, available at Best Buy. I've recommended this laptop a lot. It's $949 new. You see it's heavily discounted. It's got 16GB of RAM. It's got a solid state drive and a 15-inch screen that's a really good screen. I've used it plenty of times. Comes with a pen, got touch capabilities, folds into a tablet, and look at this. Open box from $711. Let's click on that. There's a store near me for $730. I could even order it online for $825. If you're looking for a really decent 15-inch laptop, this is a good option. The Surface Laptop 3. This is the 13.5-inch version. Be careful here. I have changed it to say 256GB of storage. You don't want the 128GB model. It's $999. It's more on the pricey end, of course, of what I'm recommending today, but it's a really good laptop. The screen's great. The keyboard is amazing. The trackpad in this is really, really good. And again, look at the open box number here. So you can pick one up a little bit cheaper for $900. Now we're looking at the Surface Laptop 3, the 15-inch laptop. This is above our price range, so I'm only recommending you buy this if you buy it open box, and you can see the price here for around $1,000. This is an absolutely superb laptop for someone who's using Microsoft Office and browsing the internet. Now, you might see complaints online saying the AMD Ryzen 5 processor isn't as powerful as the Intel one, and yes, they are correct. But guess what? For the kind of people I'm talking about today who are going to use this laptop for just everyday tasks, this CPU is plenty powerful. And the 15-inch screen is really good. The keyboard, I mean, your fingers will thank you. It is the best in the business with the keyboard, and the trackpad is great. The other bonus about this laptop is it is insanely lightweight for a 15-inch laptop. Super premium feel, touchscreen of course. This is a very good laptop for this kind of user. Let's take a look at the HP Spectre X360. This is another excellent laptop here. The trackpad in this model isn't as good as the Surface Laptop 3s, and it's also a lot heavier. That being said, this laptop is a bit more powerful than the Surface Laptop 3s, and you've got 512GB SSD. The reason I'm talking about it at this price range is, of course, there's an open box, which is much, much cheaper. So you can see here, look at this, $900, $883. This is a really good price for a fully kitted out laptop. I mean, you're really going to get a lot out of this laptop. You've even got a dedicated GPU. It's not a great one in here, but you do have it. I mean, this is a high-powered laptop. It's got a 4K screen. You can see it here. This is a really good screen. I mean, you're not going to need to upgrade this laptop for a very, very long time. Moving back to Dell, looking at their new laptops. This is the Dell XPS 15, so the 15-inch version. This is their latest range, has USB-C charging. The screen is great, even for the base model for $999. And similar to the outlet store at Dell, Dell often has coupons available. Search for them online. You're probably going to get this cheaper than that. So, taking a look at this laptop here, look at this one right here, $50 off here, an extra $50. So this is $950. I'm sure you could get it for even cheaper. It's got 8GB of RAM, 256GB SSD. As I said, the screen is great. This is their premium range. Some people might say the i5-9300H isn't that powerful. Rubbish. You don't need the 9750H for this particular situation. It is plenty powerful in this laptop. The other good thing about this laptop is you can upgrade the RAM and the SSD later down the track, so you're going to get plenty of longevity out of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and there was a laptop in there for you. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button, click the thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to ask questions, hit me up in the Discord channel, links below, or just reply with comments. Till next time, I'll catch you later.